Well, good morning and happy Monday, everybody. It is Cooper, another episode of Own Mondays as we get now into November and the holiday season. And something that's come up several times on recent episodes of the podcast is this aspect of future you, the person that you will be in 5 years, the person you'll be in 10 years, the person you'll be in 20 years, what that person looks like. Not physically necessarily, but the environment they're around, financially where you're at, relationship-wise where you're at, just the person that you are in 5 years. Let's stick with that number. It's always been something, I think, when you talk about going into a job interview and they'll ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Obviously, that's very career-focused. You know, I see myself in your chair. Fine, sir. But when you start to find the capabilities of having conversations with future you, it really becomes this motivating factor of setting goals and having this future vision of who you are. Encourage you to complete things today in order to get to where you want to be in 5 years and 10 years, 20 years, and so on and so forth. It's that way for really every aspect of what goals you set forth before yourself. It could be something in fitness. You know, I want to be at this weight, or I want to have this much body fat percentage, or I just want to be healthier. You know, I want to be somebody who's not burdened because of my health with limitations. You know, I can't play with my kids, or I can't go out and do this, or I'm sick all the time. You know, future you can be a very good inspirational speaker to tell you, hey, this morning, today, after work, go to the gym, go for a run, do these things, eat right. Hey, instead of having this meal tonight, have this. Future you can be very encouraging to get you to that place you want to be in that 5 year mark as far as your health goes. I find it the same way in business too. When it's coming to a decision time for a product, or making a choice on if you're going to move forward with an idea or if you're just going to let it sit. You know, future you can be there saying, hey, look, if you put this into place, here's where you could be. You could be at this level if you get this done today, or if you accomplish this goal today, if you make this phone call today, you make this contact today, you network like this today, you could really achieve more because you're putting the work in now. And that's an ongoing conversation too, because I think once you get to tomorrow, obviously 5 year you is a day older, and that keeps on moving. Matthew McConaughey had a great opening to an acceptance speech once, talking about his hero. And long story short, his hero became a person that was always 10 to 15 years ahead of him. And it was always somebody he couldn't catch, but it always made him, motivated him to become better on a daily basis to keep on achieving his own goals. So becoming your own hero is another concept that we'll discuss on another episode of Your Own Monday segment here on YouTube. Your challenge for today is I want you to think of one thing. I want to put future you in January 1st, 2020. What are things that by the end of the year you want to put into your life? Maybe it is something on a health level. You know, instead of having, 2 good meals a week, I want to have 3. You know, just small things that you can start to implement into your life, so that when you do get to 2020, that future you can say, hey, you did these things, and look, you dropped this weight, or hey, you made these couple of phone calls, or you started doing this as part of your daily routine, and that has led you to become a better person in this aspect. So just think of something that you want to be and have fully in place in your life, in your routine, by January 1st of 2020. Write it down. And if it's not one thing, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4. It could be the floodgates could open on this one as you start to write things down, like, hey, I want to start doing this. I want to get ahead of this. Don't wait until New Year's Day to start making these changes, because we all know how resolutions go. They last for, the average I think is 26 days, if not less. Get ahead of it. If you're already a month and a half plus into these things when January 1st comes around, imagine, you've already established them as part of your routine, how long that will last into 2020 and then beyond, and just become a part of the person you are. That is on Monday. Have yourself a fantastic day. Go get after it.